Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to be having a inbox review of Warlord Games Churchill tank for bolt action. It's in 1/57 scale, so a bit of an unusual scale, but you know, it still has its place. On the back we also see that we don't just get a Churchill tank, we also get the option to build the Mark III, we get to build AVRE, Mark V CS, the NA75 and the Mark IV. So plenty of actual options here to go out and build pretty much most of the good Churchills out there. So in the box, well, first off, a few little things, this sort of gaming aspect of it. You do get some tokens here for like blowed up tanks and stuff. You do also get some nice sort of reference cards which basically give you stats and stuff like that, which is rather cool, nice little added extras. Next up we have the decals. These decals are looking rather cool as well. They are looking nicely in registry. We've got all sorts of markings to actually choose from here. The colours look good. I'm not really seeing any problems, and I have used these type of decals before and they do go on rather fine. Then we have the instructions. The instructions are really nice and simple because it's 1/56 scale. You know, it isn't a mass of pieces that you can get. It's rather nice and easy. We actually start off with the usual tracks, which are sort of all one piece things. There's no messing about with wheels or anything like that. It's all sort of one piece, which then goes to the bottom of the hull section. Top of the hull section then comes on top of that, looking pretty easy. Do kind of make sure you know which version you're going to build, because there is one or two little things here and there in the instructions that just kind of say if you're building this version you need to maybe drill out some holes or something like that. And on the opposite side we have the turret side, which may look a little bit complicated, but as long as you know what version you're doing, you just need to follow the instructions for that version, because we've got all 5 versions how to build them on here, and they do all look pretty simple to do. So then we come to the actual plastic itself. First off we have some road wheels and stuff like that. If we get you in sort of nice and close, you can actually see that we do have, you know, pretty good detail. We've got all sorts of like recessed areas, recessed bolts, recessed rivets, raised rivets. We've even got all sorts of little rivets back here and everything. Rather cool. Moving along to some more bits of detail. Right, and then we've got also some more of our running wheel section, as you can see there. Turn it over and I'm not seeing any real sort of issues with eject pin marks. We do also have a tank commander just here. I know he looks like he's got some real big flappy ears, but you know, he is looking good. We've got mouth, eyes, can see his facial features, rather cool. On the opposite side, no ejector pin marks, which is what these are either side of his ears. Moving along to our second piece, we have the top of the hull section. Right, which hopefully you can sort of see. We have got bags of detail on here, recessed panel lines, all sorts of tools and stuff. If you can kind of feel the surface, it is kind of nice. There is a very sort of slight texture to the surface, which is, you know, goes nice and accurate there, but yet in some places it's like it doesn't have that texture where it's not needed. We also have other bits of detail, all sorts of stuff going on along just here. And then we come to the turret, which we have 2 turret versions. We have the I do believe it was the one-piece turret, and then it was like the welded version. Again, we've got that bit of a texture slightly on the top of there, all sorts of detail going on as well. Then we have all these different guns for all the different options for this kit. If we turn it over, we do see the odd eject pin mark here and there. Just underneath the coaxial gun just here, we've got a bit of eject pin marks here. Not a big deal because it's going to be facing down, so you're potentially not going to see it, but you can easily sand that out either way. Looking for some more eject pin mark, and we're just not seeing them. Then we come to like the tracks. The tracks are one of these, you know, all round one piece sort of mold. It is 1/56 scale, so you normally get this kind of configuration. The tracks are looking well detailed. We have got some ejector pin marks, admittedly. This is what's going to be sort of facing upwards. You can kind of see there's the odd ejector pin mark along here. Potentially it's not a big deal really. I mean, you can sand them out, you could fill them, or what I like to personally do is I'll just throw a load of thick mud all down on the running wheels and on the tracks, and you just don't see any of those kind of issues. On the opposite side, you can hopefully see lovely detail for the tracks, which is going to make that look rather cool. The bottom part of the hull has got some nice raised rivets as well and recessed panel lines, so we've got good detail there, although you don't really need it, but it's there. And then we've got finally some last bits of detail just there, a bit more track detail. So yeah, all in all, looks like a fantastic kit. It comes at a really good price. I do believe this was tooled by Atelier, so you've got quite a good company behind this as well, and Warlord sort of has had it scaled in 1/56 scale for release. So yeah, definitely good value for your money. You know, it's an interesting scale to use. You can use it scale modeling, you can use it wargaming. It looks like it's going to build into a pretty fantastic piece. So a big thumbs up there for Warlord and their Churchill tank. So until next time, my name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.